This is WJTS Inform. Hello, I'm your host, Bill Potter. The Junior Achievement of Southwest Indiana annually inducts 2 community business leaders into the Dubois County Business Hall of Fame. For the 2018, the 2 honorees are Mark Schrader and Stanley Krempp. At the induction ceremony, videos produced by Brescher Filming and Photography were shown to those in attendance. In this edition of WJTS Inform, we will be showing the video of Stanley Krempp, the 2018 Historical Laureate in the Dubois County Business Hall of Fame.
My dad, as a father, a mentor, and later as a friend, as an adult, an advisor, was an exceptional person. He was always seeing the big picture and how things that he said to his children could have a big impact. Once when I expressed insecurities, being the 3rd child in the family and that no one expected much from me, he looked at me straight in the eye and said, "You're much smarter than that. You're not going to fall for that sort of philosophy." I appreciated all the sage words of advice, philosophically, investment-wise, business-wise, how to treat other people, and how he always treated people in his factories and in his office according to their capabilities while nurturing them to achieve more.
I think the qualities that made Stan stand out and made Stan Krempp unique was his strong commitment to the community, to his church. It was important to him, just as his company was. He wanted to make sure the whole community thrived, that his parish thrived, and then also traveled down to individuals. He wanted them to thrive. Sometimes that could be challenging. He could be demanding, but I knew in his heart he wanted it because he wanted the best for all of us.
The idea for starting United Cabinet Corporation came from the idea that my father wanted to have his own business. So then the search was on for what type of business. He never thought of starting it anywhere but in Jasper, Indiana, because of the hard-working people who lived here. And so he and his brother Kenny went to a home show in St. Louis to get ideas. And after walking around for a few hours, they had split up. My dad came back to Kenny at lunchtime and said, "I'm finished, we can go home now." And the reason for that is that he saw what he considered to be very ugly aluminum and steel kitchen cabinets. That's all that you had at that time. And he realized that they were so unattractive and he could do much better using the hardwoods from the Midwest. So that's where the idea came from. And after that, it was just a matter of planning and getting started.
When I think of leadership and what made Stan a good leader was a combination of a couple of things. When Stan was very well educated. Another thing is he got involved. He got his hands dirty. I can think of at the church at Precious Blood, he helped put in cabinets. He started the company from the ground up and understood the process. So education, hard work, listening, and then following up to the people. I think before Stan had sold his company, there were over 5,000 employees. And I remember him sharing to me how much that took to communicate, to visit, to go see. But he knew that that was important. You had to stay connected. So it was a combination of all those things together.
I think what enabled my father to achieve his goals and have the vision he had to see the gaps in the industry and what was needed in order to grow versus his competitors was that constant search for knowledge and searching for ways to grow his company so they would move up in the ranks and grow and be one of the leaders in their industry. And that involved using new types of wood, which gave them a great deal of growth. In the late 60s, they came out with a pecan cabinet. No one else had a pecan cabinet. And it was a marketing coup, in addition to the product itself, to place this as a premier product, charging a premier price. It wasn't more expensive to produce this cabinet, but my dad's idea, everybody tried to talk him out of it, to place this as a premium product, very high cost. He said, no, let's just try it, because no one else has it, and human nature being what it is, everybody will want it. And they did.
Sharing a funny story about Stan. I remember after Mass one morning, and Stan, in his usual approach, came to me and said, "Father, wonderful homily, really enjoyed it. These are the things that I liked about it." But then come the improvement part. As only Stan could, he wanted me to become better. And he was one of those people that I could accept it from, because I knew where it was coming from his heart. And it was about speaking, which I'm doing now. Stan asked me to slow down, and it was a good, solid advice, but I just always knew, with a little bit of smirk on my face, when I saw Stan coming, he probably had something to praise me for and something to challenge me with. And that's what I think of with Stan. And I say it with a little bit of laughter because, it was just easy to accept from him on my part.
Several people have told me that they can remember that occasionally Dad would burst out of his office and walk up and down the office when it was larger and repeat this question over and over again. Are we making a profit? Are you sure? Are we still making a profit? Let's not forget that that's our main focus here. We don't want to get caught up in a lot of details, but are we still making a profit? We are here to satisfy our stockholders, our shareholders, so let's never forget that. The best advice that my father would give to JA students today would be, do not be afraid to start small. You can make your mistakes in a small way and learn from them. Grow and find your way, but make sure that there is a demand first for the product that you produce. Demand is important, and without demand, there's no reason to create a supply.
Congratulations to the family of Stanley Krempp, the 2018 Historical Business Laureate, as he was inducted into the Junior Achievement of Dubois County Business Hall of Fame. Thank you to Brescher Filming and Photography and Junior Achievement for allowing us to share the video with you, and thanks to you for watching 18 WJTS. We are local people watching local people.